unfortunately, we made it to NFL Week 18.
Woo!
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet. You're right. You're right. Bittersweet. We are closing into the end, guys. But this is where it gets so good because everything we've been watching for the past 18 weeks, we finally see who's making the playoffs and those who are still trying to get in there. But hey, to start things off, let's get it out of the way. You got me, Johnny G, and my homie boy.
Oh, Nicky G. Welcome to our Last Leg podcast. This is one of our favorite things to do. Like John said, it's bittersweet doing this just because we know that it's coming to an end. Every year we talk about how we might do an NBA or something like that just because how much we miss doing it. But all that's still in the air. We'll see how it goes. But no, I love doing this. Love being here for you guys. Love being here with one of my great friends.
Yes, sir.
Just feels good to have the opportunity to do this.
I agree. I agree. And I don't know if you want to touch on this mid-pod.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way.
All right. So obviously we have it on our phones here, but I'll put it on the screen for you guys as I did on the last video. But I'm putting on the screen for you guys who we have right now for our teams, for our fantasy. My boy and I made it to the finale. He whooped my ass at the first round, but it's because I won't say it's mainly the reason, but it's a break factor. I forgot to take out Amari Cooper when they announced 2 hours before the game that he wasn't going to play. And I didn't even notice it until after the fact, but I do remember you didn't put someone else too. That
Breece Hall.
And
that would have fucked you big time, bro.
Yeah, I'm still hanging on by a very small thread right now.
Very small, thin thread.
He's got 136.44.
I had Lamar and Kyren Williams last week. Lamar threw for 5 tutties. Kyren rushed for 3.
Yeah,
my guys could not have popped off at a better fucking time.
Yeah, man. And I really wish most of my team would have done it. Like, I thought McCaffrey would have done a lot more at the very, very end.
I guess he doesn't, man.
Exactly, but he doesn't have to any longer because I guess from a fantasy point, like ourselves, I want you to pop up every game from 1 to 18. But this case, he doesn't have to because what matters to them is the playoffs and get into the Super Bowl. And I think they're going to get there this time. But and regardless, if I lose my guy, like I said last pod, if there's anyone I'd rather lose in my fantasy, it's to him.
Right.
So
I feel the same way, but I don't know if I'm going to lose.
I don't think so either.
I have a 70% project. What is it at?
71%.
71%. 71% chance to win. John's sitting at 23 then.
But if Tyreek Hill's house does not completely extinguish itself, then maybe he might come and play.
I guess he was at practice when that happened.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it said that he left practice to go figure out what the hell was going on. They're like, hey, Tyreek, your house is on fire.
Yeah, imagine that. But all right, well, regardless, though, it's going to be fun to watch. Let's see how it all turns out. But I think that brings us straight into Week 18. What'd you say?
Week 18. We are due for the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. It is right around the corner. It's coming around faster than you know it. I'm going to go ahead and go through all the teams that are in the playoffs, and I'm going to give you the teams that are in the hunt right now. I'm not going to bother giving you the eliminated ones because we'll be here forever. So, AFC, the teams that have already secured their spot in the playoffs are going to be the Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Browns. All 4 of them, you're guaranteed to see them in the playoffs. Seeding is not set yet, except for the Ravens. They have their guaranteed bye. Jags, Bills, Colts, Steelers, Texans all still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
A lot of them have weird situations they got to go through to be able to get in. But nevertheless, they do have a chance. NFC, the teams that have secured their positions already, 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Eagles, and the Rams. I think that's a surpriser to everybody. The teams that are in the hunt basically still have a chance are going to be the Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, Saints, Vikings, and Falcons. All have a chance to make it in the playoffs. Now, some of those teams have a much slimmer chance than the other teams. Oh, and then the NFC 49ers, they clinched the first round bye, by the way.
No surprise.
Yeah. But I think that this is going to be one of the funnest playoffs we've seen in a long time. I'm very excited for it, and I love it. I just want to...
You sounded indifferent saying that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of thoughts going to my head right now. But I just want to let you guys know, your favorite teams and your favorite players, be careful on who you're betting on this week. A lot of these guys aren't going to be starting. They're going to be playing one quarter if they are playing.
Yep.
They're going to be going out there and just getting their legs fresh. Make sure you're not betting on players or teams who have no dog in a fight right now, because a lot of these other teams are going to be balling. that need that playoff position. So you got to keep your eyes open for those. And we're going to go through a couple of those. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those games where these are playoff games.
Right.
And they definitely need these.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything you want to touch on before we?
No, I think you
jump
smacked
into
the
it?
whole thing. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
All right, here we go. We're going to go straight to the boys in blue. We've got the Texans against the Colts. Saturday night football. This is going to be a great game. Over under sitting at 47.5. Texans are favored by -1.5 in Lucas Oil. Texans are 9-7, coming off of a win against the Titans last week, 26-3. The boys in blue, the Colts, are sitting at 9-7 as well, coming off a great W against the Raiders. Those little ass kids. Last time they played earlier this year, the Colts spanked them in Texas, 31-10.
Yeah, I remember that
I think
game.
that is one thing that everybody needs to take into consideration. With that being said, that was also the game where Anthony Richardson got hurt. That was also a game where Jonathan Taylor was not in. These are going to be big factors because Texans had an entire healthy squad, and they still lost. Now, granted, C.J. Stroud has developed very, very well so far throughout the year, which I respect. If they do get this win, they deserve it because obviously that means we didn't play hard enough, and also for the Texans to be able to go in and have a second pick in the draft overall and make a playoff appearance, that's fucking great. C.J. Stroud has totally turned that team around. I'm not looking forward to playing him for the next decade.
And you don't think that this game, even though they may not even have they don't even have a chance at all, actually, to make the playoffs, right? They're completely eliminated, the Houston Texans?
No.
What position do they fall in?
So, let's go ahead and go over this.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
If the Colts win and the Jaguars lose or tie, they will win the AFC South. So, if the Colts win, Jags lose or tie, Colts automatically win the AFC South, okay?
But that put the Texans up there,
So,
right underneath the Colts?
Houston is also fighting for a playoff spot.
Right, 9-7.
If they win, they go to the playoffs. 100% guaranteed. If they lose, they're going to Cancun. They're not going to be in.
That's a way to put it.
They will not be in. So this is a do or die game for Houston. And then, I mean, this is almost a do or die game for the Colts as well.
So the only ones, regardless if they win or lose in this standing, and we'll touch there a little bit because I know that's one of the potential games we might talk about. The Bills, even if they win or lose, they are still locked in?
No.
Okay, we'll touch there soon then. So let's stick on the topic on hand. So if the Texans, like you said, if they win, for them, it's a do or die game.
Correct.
They need to win, but they also need to hope that the Jags lose for them to get in.
No.
They just need to win outright,
Just need to win.
which is beating the Colts.
Yep.
But what happens to the Colts if they lose?
Cancun.
Oh my God. This is a do or die game for both ends.
I think so. There might be one weird way for the Colts to trickle in. I think their percentage is less than 1.
It is.
Yeah, so I think this is a do or die game for both of them. I think that the Colts would have to have the Bills and the Steelers lose, and also have the Jaguars lose. So they would need, if they lose, they need the Jags to lose, Bills to lose, and the Steelers to lose. I think. Don't quote me on that. I fucking hate the seeding stuff. It's a pain in the ass to keep track of.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, you know what? We can just call it that, though, because the Colts don't really have a chance if they lose.
At the end of the day, this game comes down to a win or lose between the Colts and the Houston Texans.
Correctamundo.
Then, okay, that's the only play I got in mind seeing the whole game through.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if Houston does make it, it's fucking incredible how much C.J.
Stroud really changed the whole game. Yeah.
It is absolutely wild. But then you can't sit here and knock the fact that the Colts, they started with a rookie coach, Shane. They started with a rookie quarterback. They started with no Jonathan Taylor. And right now, they're running with a rookie coach, a backup quarterback, and a Jonathan Taylor that came in, later in the season.
4 or 5 games ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they are making the biggest difference in the world. Those motherfuckers in Vegas put us at 4.5 wins. Out of their mind. That was the over-under for the Colts wins this year. And I cannot believe...
You didn't take that?
Everybody talked me out of it. I'm like, I know they win at least 8.
I feel like I probably would have been one of the ones that talked you out of it too, because ideally you wouldn't have thought that.
You don't think so. And the same thing goes with the Texans, though. You wouldn't have thought, more than 5 wins for the Texans. Both rookie quarterbacks. Texans are in more shambles than us. Clearly not. They're both good fucking squads right now.
I would like to say a little bit with, again, that's the NFC, but the Green Bay Packers, they just got Jordan Love. That dude's a stud, by the way. I'm not going to lie about that. But, I mean, the way he's performed with the whole team throughout the year, taking replacement with Aaron Rodgers, I think he's pulling fucking strings on that end, too.
He's not
as a rookie.
No.
How is he not a rookie? Like, I would still consider
this is his first starting year, but he studied under Rodgers for like the last 2.
Yeah, but
which is exactly what Rodgers did with Brett Favre.
Exactly. I still consider that in the sense of a rookie. In a sense,
I mean, Jordan Love's came in and played multiple games before that, but not a true rookie. But either way, this is the first time that team is under his helm.
Then yes.
So
in that regard, yes.
But with the Colts game, the fact that the Colts, rookie quarterback. Now it's a backup quarterback, and it's a rookie head coach. They are fucking playing great ball, man.
Yes, sir.
And you already know which way I'm going. We bleed blue in this goddamn fucking podcast studio. Mm-hmm. Give me the Colts money line and under 47.5.
I honestly love the absolute. Wait. Can you tell me what you took? 47.5. The over and under. You said over.
Under.
Okay, the under. And what was the spread of what you took?
The spread was sitting at earlier Texans minus 1.5.
Yeah, and you took the Colts money line.
Give me the Colts plus 1.5.
Okay.
I was like, where the fuck are you going with this?
Yeah. I'm like, honestly, I'm surprised too. Like, why? For what reason? And you tell me for what reason are the Indianapolis Colts unfavored in this game? I thought it was gonna be the other way.
I thought it would have been too.
Right? Why do you think that?
The Texans, like I said, we already beat them once.
Exactly.
We seem to split wins with a lot of teams.
What does Vegas know?
Right. What do they know that we don't know?
What do they know? Regardless, I'm going to tell you what I know, and I know the fucking Colts are going to win. I don't need to take them to +1. If you want to be on the cushion side, take them at a +3. You never know if it's going to be a field goal. You never know. But I believe that the Colts win outright.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to stick with my money line bet then.
Money line, I love it. I really do. I believe that they will win.
Made me feel fucking crazy.
No. I was just surprised for a second because like, when you said it.
1.5, though, it's like, fuck. If they lose by 1 point, I'm happy to lose that money line bet.
Yeah, exactly. So you got the spread in that regard.
I tell you right now, that game's not going to come down to 1 point.
I don't think so either.
It might be one score. It's not going to be 1 point.
Exactly. And that's why I say the +3 if you want to be more on the cushiony end, which is fine. I do like, without a shout of a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, I love JT for an anytime touchdown this game. I think
even with Moss back,
yeah,
and them using 4 running backs right now.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
I do. The way they've been pushing on that offensive end, not only letting Gardner get through with his passing. Yeah, he had to work a little bit differently. If you notice, in that one game alone, you got to see how much their strategy and their playbook changed with Michael Pittman out for only one game because of that concussion hit. Again, we talked about it, and I showed it on the video last week.
Hats off to Pierce, by the way.
Exactly. Pierce and Downs.
They baby.
Popped off on the receiving end.
Lights out.
I really think now that they have JT in full steam, he's got his head in the game, especially knowing that the fact that they're about to make it to the playoffs, he's got an absolute motive. They all do, regardless where they're sitting. So the way they've been pushing through again on the offensive end and on the running game, now they got Zach Moss back, not just JT. I still like JT for an anytime touchdown. Get him within those 10 yards. He'll get you to the 10-yard in the end zone regardless, but he's going to push through. Zach Moss is a big guy, but I still think they're going to get it to JT. And now I think they're utilizing him more on a receiving end too, not just giving him the ball to rush right down the middle, but they're dishing it to him too.
Well, that one's also hit or miss right now. Because a couple weeks ago, when I think it was 2 weeks ago when Moss was out, I took JT for 2 receptions, lost my bet. So what they're doing right now is the fact that, you've got Zach Taylor. Jesus Christ.
You took that last week?
It was last week or the week before. But okay. Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss, Sermon, and our 4th string, they are running all 4 of them. So right now, it's almost like they're saving JT for the big runs and then dumping it to the low, like the backs that aren't as high value. They're letting them go out for the screen and risk their body for that instead of, their superstar in the backfield.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still going to stick with Colts money line. I don't see anything steering me away from it.
I don't either.
I'll be sick as fuck if they lose, man. That'll be heartbreaking.
Yeah. No, I think without a shadow of a doubt, the Colts win is more of a plus in the bonus. I'm saying JT comes out of that scoring for the Colts. But again, that's just my opinion. And I did pull up the stats on the game log here on the Score app. If you guys don't have it yourself, it does show how many receptions he had and targets. So, right, he did have a target about one time each game. So I'm not saying they dish it to him just as much as like Najee Harris or anyone like that, or Derrick Henry.
Odds-wise.
But odds-wise, and
the odds are shit for 2 receptions.
Exactly, especially, but I guess the only time it really baits you is when you think someone who's big, like Michael Pittman Jr., you would have thought that the fact that he's out of the game for one game, he would have probably copped 2 receptions.
Yeah.
Again, we were probably wrong on that, but overall, I still think JT gets it through. He passes the plane. He gets a tutty. My take. And overall, my 100% of a doubt, whether I'm a Hoosier and a Patriots fan, the Colts win this game outright, period.
Bleed blue. Bleed blue.
All right. Did you have anything else you want to touch on?
Let's move on. I'm fired up.
I bet.
Now I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
All right. So here we go. We got the Bucks going to the Panthers, headed to Carolina. Tampa Bay Buccaneers sitting at -4.5 as an away team. Over-unders at 37.5. The Bucks are sitting at 8-8 and are coming off a devastating divisional loss against the Saints, 23-13. That was bad. That was a bad loss, but you know what's worse, and that's the Panthers. The Panthers are sitting at 2-14, got skunked by the Jags last week with no Trevor Lawrence in classic Panthers fashion, 26-0. Obviously, the Panthers have zero fucking chance of making the playoffs. I can tell you that right now. I guarantee they still start Bryce Young. That he has got to get fucking reps in because the Panthers were fucking stupid to not take C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson over him. You never take the top prospect ever. This goes all the way back to Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning. Everybody thought Ryan Leaf was the fucking godsend of football. Could you even tell me who Ryan Leaf is?
I was actually going to ask you who that was, to be honest with you.
That's my fucking point right there. Peyton turned out to be the better quarterback, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen with C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. Hell, I mean, it's a fucking Cinderella story with Tom Brady,
So he's
too.
completely overhyped is what you're saying.
Yes, 100%. You know, just because you played at Bama doesn't mean that you're a good quarterback. Hell, the last 3 quarterbacks to come out of there? Mac Jones, the last 4. Tua, Mac, Bryce Young.
And Mac is horrendous.
Mac's horrendous.
I'll say that out the gate.
Tua was terrible until he got Tyreek. In my opinion, he wasn't that great.
He was mediocre.
He was at best.
At best.
Get rid of Tyreek, and I think they're back to in the hunt. There's no way they have a playoff spot.
Yeah, no reason that Tyreek isn't ranked number 2 in fantasy for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be a great game for player props on the Bucs side.
Yes, sir.
Only on the Bucs side.
Yes, sir.
And I say that because this is also a do or die game for the Buccaneers. They have to fucking win. They have to. Granted, it's the Panthers. They will win, in my opinion.
And I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, me too. 100%. I fucking love Baker Mayfield. The fight that guy fucking has after being thrown around nonstop. The Browns did him so dirty. I know we brought it up on this podcast before.
The Browns. I think he went to the Rams for a little bit.
He went to the Rams, and he was just backing up Stafford whenever he got hurt, and he didn't do bad there at all.
No, not at all. He learned the playbook in a matter of a night.
That's why the Bucs picked him up.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
Which I like Baker. Another thing that I like is Baker over on his yards, and that's simply because it took him very long to get going against the Saints. I know he threw for over 300, but go look at how many he did per quarter. He was fucking struggling the whole game. They could not close in the red zone at all.
Yeah, he's pretty notorious for that.
And I think Baker comes back with a fire in his ass in this fucking game. Another reason I want the Panthers to get stomped in is because of pussy bitch ass David Tepper. What a fucking clown, bro. You're worth $20 billion and you felt like you could just throw a drink on opposing team.
Oh, I saw that.
Fuck you.
I'll put it on the screen.
Fuck you. I hate people like that. That's an entitled rich person that think they can do whatever they want.
Tell me, I couldn't tell based off of the angle of the video. And again, I'll put it on the screen if I didn't so already. Did he throw it at a glass in between the fan, or did it actually go on top of the fan?
It went on top of the fan because that's open right there.
It is open?
In the booth? Yeah.
Bro, I would be suing.
Like that.
My eyes are burning.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be suing.
He's going to be paying out
millions, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands. I don't even care.
Whoever he hit is definitely going to get paid. I guarantee lawyers were calling him, even though that's
easiest cash of their life.
You'll be disbarred if you do that as a lawyer. You can't call somebody and be like, hey, you got a case.
Yeah, you can't. I know that part.
So
But
I'm
anyway,
like, he works at a lawyer
I know
firm.
that. But anyway, but regardless of that, I agree with you, bro. Because I didn't even think you were going to include that here. But
That's one of the main reasons I brought
it's been
this up.
trending, though. It's been trending.
Yeah, he's a fucking bitch, bro.
Yeah, but for what reason would, out of all your 16 losses, why this one? For what?
Well, they had to have been talking shit to him. But that's part of
yeah,
football.
exactly.
You want to own a football team and you can't take it when somebody dishes it out to you?
Or close the fucking window,
Go
bro.
fucking cry, bro. Yeah,
I
you're in the
agree.
owner's suite.
Yeah, exactly. What makes you think that? I'm sure you probably helped construct this fucking thing, or at least in that room that you're in. Close the window, block them out, block out the sound. You can yell, curse as much as you want, but that shows how unprofessional you can be when the people get to you. Truly. But anyway.
One more little tidbit on that.
Go ahead.
That motherfucker got fined $300,000. Okay.
Not for
No. For that incident, he got fined $300,000. Fined
By the NFL?
By the NFL, not sued yet, but fined by the NFL $300,000. Okay. So we're like, wow, that's a lot of money, right? No. The man's worth $20.6 billion fucking dollars. He could pay that fine 50,000 times
Damn.
and still have more money than we make in our lifetime.
That's fucking
To us, that is pulling a $10 bill out and paying a ticket. That is the similarity of it. That's fucking
sad.
crazy. Fuck
fuck
David Tepper.
Yeah, fuck
Fuck the Panthers. Go ahead and give me the team that's got a playoff bound future coming for them. Give me the Bucks -4.5 and give me over 35.5. Baker pops the fuck off on you.
Yup. And I was actually I was looking at it too. While
Fired up.
No, you're right on the dot. At one point, I was looking at the winning margin of 1 to 13 points. Honestly, I'd rather you not even throw your money on that because I can see this game being a win on the Bucks and plus 14 on their end. So without a shot of a doubt, I think my go-to pick for this game for an anytime touchdown, I have been preaching this to all of my coworkers. So Kyle, Lorenzo, if you guys are seeing this, I've preached this guy to you multiple times.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can.
I know it's going to be one of the two.
I'm going to give you your high five rating because I think you're going to get it right.
Mike Evans?
Nope.
Rachaad White.
Yes, sir. Rachaad White is a stud. It doesn't even matter if he's in the red zone. It doesn't matter if he's on the Bucks 20 or 10 yard end of the field. This dude can catch and he can run. He is completely versatile. It doesn't matter what end of the field he's in and what position he's in. It just doesn't matter. Baker does a really good job on scrambling the ball too. So it really, really develops an end for not only the wide receivers, but the running back and as far as White to go out and he can get those yards or even just run on the side of the scrimmage and dish it to him. So he's really good in that. If you guys don't believe me, go back and look at the games. Look at the snippets. He does really, really good. Rachaad White, anytime touchdown. I don't care where the line sits. He's going to hit one. My take.
In the last 2 games, Panthers have allowed 4 rushing touchdowns.
Oh my
and
God,
that is
even better.
That is against the Packers and the Jags. Packers, they scored with Jordan Love got a rushing one. AJ Dillon got a rushing one, and then ETN dropped 2 on their head.
Yeah, I can say ETN
he dropped 2 on their head last week.
ETN easy. It doesn't matter. Like a team like that,
that's a good bet. That's a great bet. I'm tailing that.
2 tutties.
I'm tailing that one as well. What are you liking on the spread and the over-under?
All right, so I'll be honest, because this is always a tough one for me. So the spread, I actually love that -4.5. If I could see this being a blowout, plus 14 on the Bucks end, I love it at 4.5, easy. The over and under, honestly, is a little surprising. I think it's only that low because of the Panthers end. So I know I say this, and I know you don't like it, but I don't like touching the over and under on that. But whatever the line sits at the day of for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers total team, give me the over. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's going to be over 23.5. Give me the over on them alone.
Okay. I can see that.
I like that.
Last game, I'm pretty sure the over hit in the last game.
Did they?
I want to say it did. Even though the Bucks only won by 3 points last time they played, like I said, I'm back in the playoff bound Bucks.
21-18, December 3rd last year. Actually, that wasn't even that long ago, my guy. That was
this season.
That was this season. Yeah, never mind. And that was actually fairly close. So that's probably why another reason why the line sits that low. but I still don't understand as to why. Maybe it's because you said they don't know if they're going to start most of these people for the Panthers because there's no reason for them to.
There is no reason for them to.
So,
and if that's the case, if you find out that they are not starting their starters, I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under on that. But if the Panthers are coming out swinging with the full, starting lineup, yeah, give me the over 35.5.
But
the line says at 37.5. I'm taking 35.5.
But what if they don't start their starters on the Panthers?
Don't touch the over under.
Do you still like the Buccaneers? You like Buccaneers total?
I guarantee if the Panthers come out and they say they're not starting their starters, that line's moving to 7.5.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So
you're right.
When you see this, if you can get this locked in right now, just go ahead and do it. I think I'm going to right when we end this. I'm just going to go ahead and lock that in. That feels like a lock.
Yeah, it does.
Feels like a big lock of the week.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I think that's literally my probably favorite bet so far on this pod. All right. Does that clear up everything for the Panthers and the Bucs?
Yeah, pretty much. And then, just fuck David Tepper. Bitch.
All right. He's riled up, ladies and gentlemen. So,
fired up.
And since you are, lead me to the next one. I like where it's going.
So I think on the next game that we are going to go straight to Bears at the Packers. Bears going to Lambeau Field. Packers are sitting at -3.5 right now. Over-unders at 44.5. Bears sitting at 7-9, coming off of a great fucking win against the Falcons, 37-17. I'm proud of them, but Packers sitting at 8-8, also coming off of a big win against the Vikings, 33-10. Both these teams just not skunked them, but put them in a coffin. They buried it with the nail. Obviously, the Bears have no playoff chance, but those Packers, they're going to be clawing for that end zone.
Yeah,
Bears team right now.
Yeah.
If the Packers do lose, they have less than a 15% chance to make the playoffs. So, again, this is another do or fucking die playoff game.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, divisional. This is divisional. The Bears are going to find pleasure in trying to knock the fucking Packers off. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers have obliterated the Bears for as long as Chicago fans can remember. I know that sucks for you guys, but guess what? You have your chance to revenge this game. If I'm the Bears, I run every fucking starter and we embarrass them. Even if somebody gets injured, you have all season to rehab.
Yeah, at that point.
And obviously, we don't want anybody to get injured, but I'm just saying, if they do want to do it, why not? If you're going to do it against any team, you're going to do it against your divisional rival.
And it's your last one.
Yeah, this is a beautiful, historic rivalry. This has gone on for decades. I don't see why the Bears don't try to run it down their throats and kick them out of the playoffs.
And they fucking hate the Packers.
Exactly.
And I know a couple Bears fans, so if you guys are listening, I support you on this one.
Going to Lambeau and getting a win right here and knocking the Packers out of the playoffs.
Why not?
They would love that.
I think they have the capability of doing so, and I hyped up a little bit Jordan Love in here a little bit ago, and I think they're gonna do outstanding. But I think again, if they do start the Chicago Bears starting lineup, Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, blah 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 blah, if they all start, I think they're gonna give the Packers a tough time. We are all accustomed to seeing the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. We are not accustomed to seeing the Chicago Bears against Jordan Love. Two different types of teams now we're seeing. I think the Bears should absolutely come out full throttle and giving a Packers a run for their fucking money.
Correct.
I still think that the Packers will probably fucking pull it off, but I think it's going to come this close. I really, really do.
Calling a close game at Lambeau. Huh?
I do. I really do. I don't think that it will be a blowout in either end. It's going to come within one score. The fact is, I don't really know if it's going to be a touchdown or if it's going to be a field goal. But it's going to come that close.
You think it's a one-score game?
Yeah, because of the fact, one, ding, ding, ding. Again, that sign ain't there, but divisional. Two, this is a make-or-break game for the Packers. Three, it tags with the second one. The Bears already fucking out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they want to make sure that one of their main rivals, if not number one, is out too with them.
Yeah. They would find pure fucking pleasure in that. Packers are going to have to give it all they got. Because I have a feeling that the Bears are not going to play light. I think the Bears come in
heavy,
full
throttle.
Yeah. Pedal to the metal. They're going to get their four wheels fucking pushing. Like I said, this is one of the few great rivalries we have left in the NFL. I mean, this one's a historic battle. Bears hate the fucking Packers. You don't go to Chicago wearing Packers gear at all. Okay. In Wisconsin, they're probably a little bit nicer if you're wearing Bears gear, but down in Chicago, absolutely not. I mean, that to me is like going into Philly wearing a Cowboys jersey. It's insane. Don't do it if you fear for your life. But speaking on the Bears, just a couple tidbits. They have made it very fucking clear that they do not want another quarterback. They want Justin Fields.
I
agree with them. I agree
too.
with them. At the last game, they were chanting when they were at home, "We want Fields. We want Fields."
Yeah.
Do not draft Caleb Williams, the kid that paints his fingernails. You won't last in Chicago, bro. You won't. Unless you go there and win them a Super Bowl, they will fucking destroy you. Okay? I'll tell you who they are going to pick, though, because they already have guaranteed the number 1 pick in the NFL draft now.
I'll be honest, I haven't been keeping up with who could potentially be drafted, so let me and the fans know.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a Bear. I can guarantee it. That kid is unfucking believable. He'll never be as good as his daddy, but he is fucking great. You know who his dad is, right?
I do not, so I'm looking it up as we speak.
Marvin Harrison.
The receiver?
From the Colts.
Oh.
That's his son. That's his son. He has broken so many records at Ohio State. Sorry, don't get it confused. I know you guys are.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I mean, his daddy was one of the greatest. I'd say easily, it's not even a question, top 20 wide receivers to ever play in the NFL.
Interesting.
Ever.
Interesting.
And for him to come out, he's definitely having a better college career than his dad. That's for damn fucking sure.
You think he'd get drafted to the Colts?
No,
I know you just
as much as we would want him to. Earlier in the season, I was kind of hoping that the Colts might tank and shoot for that number 1 pick, but that's not Colts football. We don't tank shit. But yeah, I do see MHJ going to the Bears.
I agree with that, and just because, and it's only one quick detail, so please continue right after this. It's because the Bears and Justin Fields has nobody else to throw it to except DJ Moore and Cole Kmet.
Now, you put one of the greatest wide receivers college football has ever seen on that team with Justin Fields. Mm-hmm. What do you do? So imagine trying to scheme up a defense here, okay? You've got Justin Fields, who's just as quick as Michael Vick, probably just a hair slower, but has legs and wheels like him. You have DJ Moore. That motherfucker will drop 150 on you whenever you don't even see it coming. You don't see it coming. DJ, thank God he got out of the fucking Panthers organization. But no, I mean, between Kmet, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Justin Fields, I don't even know where you start when you're trying to build a defensive scheme on that. But that's just what I'm thinking. So to rattle this all back up, I want to root for the Bears. But I'm a gambler. We're taking Packers money line and give me over 42.5.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't see that part coming, by the way. You were hyping him up, so you got me on a little bit of a curveball.
Gotcha.
But
I had you in the first half.
Yeah, you did. But I agree with you. As much and as hard and as honest as I say that the Bears will make it come close, I don't think they pull it off in the end of it all. I really don't. I really think that the Packers pull it off. They come full throttle just as much as the Bears do. And it really just comes out to that, who wants it more and what other position to be in, being that close to a playoff contention. The Green Bay Packers are probably going to pull this off. Jordan Love is going to pull this off. They have no other choice. Give me the Packers -3 and the over and under. Oh, God, I hate this. I'll say the over and under. Give me the over on 44.5.
Why don't you just take 2.5?
For the outright winning?
If you're taking the Packers at 3, you'll be sick if they win by a field goal.
I push. I don't lose.
That's a void bet.
I push. I'd rather push than lose.
Why don't you just take them at 2.5 then?
Okay, well then fine. Give me the Packers at -2.5 and the over at. All right, if we're tweaking my spread, then let me tweak my over. Give me the Packers money line, and there's parlays there. Give me the Packers money line with the over at over 40.5.
Okay,
is that fair?
Yeah, I took 42.5. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
The only reason I say that is because I see this 23-20.
Yeah, it's going to be one score.
That's why I was like, so in my head, that's the way that I
Yeah.
had it. That's why I took it to 42.5.
It's going to break 40.
43.
Yeah, and it's going to break 40.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, hell yeah. All right, fuck yeah. I like that. I like that out the gate. So, all right. Well, I think that brings us to game number freaking 4. And
Best one of the week. NFL saved the best for last. I can tell you that much.
Yep, and you are going to tell it to them. Let's hear it. What game is that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game of the week. We have got the Buffalo Bills going to Miami. 305. We got the Bills at the Dolphins. Bills are favored by -3. Over-under sitting at 49.5. Bills sitting at 10-6, coming off of a win against the Patriots, 27-21. That's a great divisional win right there. Dolphins sitting at 11-5, coming off of an absolute ass whooping against the Ravens, 56-19. I told John last week the Ravens were going to win. He took the Dolphins. I just had to rub that in a little bit, just so you guys know.
It's all right.
If I'm back into Ravens, you better be back into Ravens, okay? Fuck the Dolphins. But no, so let's get into it. No matter if the Dolphins lose or not, they're in the playoffs.
Right.
That's a fact.
So,
Guaranteed.
go ahead. Yep.
The Bills, the Bills really, really want to win this game because, as many of you might not know, this is an AFC East title division game. Whoever wins this wins the division. And I know it doesn't mean much, but that's a great feat for a lot of teams. To beat your division, teams you have to play a total of 6 times throughout the year out of your, you get 2 buys out of the 16 or 17 games you play. A third of them are
Yes, sir.
3 teams you have to see twice a year, which always stinks.
Minimum.
But the Bills really want to win this one. The winner of this game, AFC East division winner. Like I said last week, Dolphins. They have not beaten a team with a winning record.
I know.
I preached this last week.
He has.
Didn't want to listen to me, but then again, they beat the Cowboys, which is a great win. But we all know the Cowboys are only good at home. They are the best. They're the best at home. They can be beat on the road. At home, it's very hard. You're playing against the Zebras and the Cowboys, and a state that probably loves football more than any other state in the entire country. Texas football is a different fucking breed. You'll have sold out games at high school stadiums there with a couple thousand people there.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane how much Texas loves football. But I respect Texas for that. They struggled really bad against the Ravens. Really, 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 really bad. And then the other problem with that Ravens game is going to be the fact that Mike McDaniels kept Bradley Chubb in. If you don't know who Bradley Chubb is, one of their best outside linebackers on the Dolphins. Tore his ACL with less than 4 minutes left in the game.
Oh, no.
Why in the fuck are you down 56-19 and you're starting? Why are you running your starters?
Is he out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, he tore his ACL. He's done.
Oh, he tore his ACL.
Tore it. Fucked it up. Done. You've got Jalen Waddle, questionable. Tyreek Hill, is he still questionable?
Questionable.
Questionable. Motherfucker's house was burnt down too. I don't even know how the Dolphins win this game, because normally when the Dolphins are playing, their home field. So granted, they still have home field advantage. Okay, they are playing in Miami, but the way their stadium's set up is that if they play 1:00 games, the sun beams down.
You brought this out last year
onto the away team's sideline. Guess what? It's a fucking 8:20 game. Weather is not a factor. So that one little tidbit they have up on them is not going to play any type of factor in this. This is a cool Miami night game. Buffalo thrives in this shit, dude. It's not like they're playing in 87-degree Miami
they don't
weather.
mind the cold at all.
At all.
Yeah.
Miami don't know what the fuck to do when it's chilly out. They're trying to throw some Carhartts on the sideline.
I think we're leading the same way, brother.
But yeah, Bradley Chubb, God, I can't get over how fucking dumb that was.
I didn't know that, to be honest with you.
Why would you be running your starters when you're down by, 6, 7 scores?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's fucking insane.
He probably had a little bit of a contract like Penny. He just needed another a tackle or
I didn't even
assist
think
or something.
He could have
like
had
that.
some other incentive. I
Incentive,
didn't
exactly.
Think about
That's
that.
what people do. Even like Gronkowski, it's notorious. He's right before he went. Go ahead. Did you have
No,
something
no,
to
no,
say
no.
about
I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna bring up incentives right here at the end of the episode before we sign off.
that? Okay. It was just a really quick thing about like I'm sure you guys saw before he retired with Tom Brady with the Buccaneers. He was just saying, "Oh, I need one more reception, one more blah 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 for a milli." And he's like, "How much do you need more? I just need one more catch." He's all right. Let's go. They both went out there at the same time, threw it straight to him. They both walked right back to the bench just so Gronk can collect a milli. So again, incentives, and I think that leads you to what you were about to say.
We're gonna stay on this game real quick because
Go ahead.
I find this to be the game of the week.
It is.
Do you not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
But I also think it'll come down to one final decision that's probably very apparent. But go ahead.
So let's get this out of the way. Bills have beat them the last 3 fucking times. Mm-hmm. Earlier this year, the Bills spanked the fucking Dolphins 48-20. 48-20. Granted, that was at home, but I'm sorry. If you're a good enough team, you should be able to win on the road too and not lose by 28 to a divisional rival.
Fair.
Because right now it's what the Giants, Jets, or no. It's the Patriots, Dolphins, Bills. And Giants or Jets?
Giants. Yep, it's in a division. Yep.
So the 2 best teams, Miami and Bills. These are the 2 best teams. This is a divisional rival. The other 2 don't even fucking matter at this point. The Bills are on a fucking heater. They have won their 4 last games. Do not knock that. The Bills have found their rhythm, and it all started with James Cook.
Before you continue, correction, not the Jets. The Jets. Excuse me, not the Giants. The Jets.
The Jets. Okay, that's what I thought.
Go ahead.
But yeah, the Bills are on a fucking heater. 4 games in a row. Come on now. Once they find their rhythm, it's hard to stop them. And I find it funny that they've been able to find their rhythm.
Absolutely.
They found their rhythm.
Yes, sir.
Without Diggs. Without Stephon Diggs.
Yes, bro.
Which shows that they don't need to throw to Diggs all the time. They finally made a fucking game plan where Diggs is drawing, one cover safety and a cornerback directly on him. And guess what? That's leaving Gabe Davis one-on-one. And he can run for 40 yards and put the burners on you right after that. He'll go pace for pace with you, and boom, that motherfucker just hits Jets, and he's gone. Same goes with Dawson Knox, Kincaid.
Yep.
All those guys are studs. The Bills, I think, are a better, well-rounded team. They have had years to perfect this. I have watched Stephon Diggs staring down at the end zone so many times and just full on, he's ready to cry. He fucking hates losing. Stephon Diggs has a great fucking game this game. Whenever Josh Allen is backed into a corner, he doesn't do good. He does not do good.
I won't disagree.
You also called Josh Allen a bigger joke than Zach Wilson this year.
I did.
And he could not have been more wrong, but it's okay. We lick our wounds.
And you're right. And I will absolutely accept that because that dude fucking shut my ass up in the past 2 or 3 games. After that, he ran 3 to 5 rushing touchdowns alone 2 or 3 games after I said that. So that dude, and if you pull that up, trust me, I know you're right, and it is true. That dude shut me up. He came to fucking play. Like at that point, my comments before that happened, hey, he shut me up because what matters is where he's at now. And with everything he just said with Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Kincaid, Shakir, he's another dude who's on the come up. All of them. This line truly fits where it sits. I don't even give a fuck if Tyreek Hill comes back. And I don't care if Waddle comes back full healthy. Bills win outright, guys. If this one is the lock because they need to win. They need to win. Even if they lose, they still, I believe, fall in a 56 or 58 percentile of not making the playoffs. So they are going to win. They have to win. The Miami Dolphins, they are in no matter what. So we could see the Dolphins probably, and if they do, make the lead in the half, the Bills will overtake that and win regardless. They're going to make the playoffs. I think they qualify. I think the Bills win no matter what. I like the Bills money line and give me the under 49.5.
Under 49.5.
I do.
Okay.
I do like that one.
Okay.
I do.
Well, pretty much said it. Bills money line. I like over 46.5. I think that the Dolphins fucking fight for this one, and I think it comes down. I think it comes down to about 27-20.
What if Tyreek and Waddle do not play?
If they
You still like
if they don't play, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really.
That's what I'm telling you. So that's how I'm like saying, if you don't even want to touch the under, I don't even blame you. But the Bills, that is literally probably the most giving,
if they don't play,
lock to you.
Especially with an outside linebacker out. And so the where that's going to cause a problem is going to be Josh Allen with rushing. Because I don't care what fucking backup you put out there, he ain't watched enough tape this week, okay? Bradley Chubb was a stud, and he was wishing. I guarantee he was praying that he could be able to go in there and just smoke Allen.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen this week.
Not anymore.
I like Allen for his rushing yards. I like Bills money line. And then if Tyreek and Waddle do not play, go ahead and give me
I don't know what you're going to say.
a chain anytime touchdown.
Oh, is Mostert not playing?
He's questionable right now.
Okay.
But he is hurt. So you should look at him to be running back 2.
Okay.
He is not going to be
That's fair.
The
At this
number
point,
one back.
at this point, he shouldn't absolutely because of the reason which
Chain's proved himself too. A chain, a ching.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure how to.
No, I agree.
Say his name, bro.
Regardless, how
You're on
you
my
pronounce it.
fantasy though, big dog.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case,
On
I
the
want you to
bench.
fucking do horrible. But yeah, if that's the case, if he's going to be the main running back for that entire game, then you could probably expect a couple of things from him.
Where'd you think I was going with that?
With Arcane?
No. Where'd you think I was going? Because you were like, I know what bet you're about to say. So I said Allen over, and you were like, I know where he's going.
Oh, yeah. Because I was going to agree with you if you were about to say a Josh Allen anytime touchdown. This dude has been really consistent as far as being in the red zone and just rushing it in on his own. So I could see this one being another one of those games. And I'll just go ahead and say his probably line sits at for an anytime touchdown at a minus 180 at this line. If you don't want to touch it, I don't blame you. But this is probably one of the ones you should lean on because, again, they need to win. Josh Allen really likes to put all that pressure on his shoulders, and he's actually comfortable with it because I think over the years of him being in the NFL, that's literally all he's ever had.
Yeah.
You know? But that's my opinion.
Is this the note that we end on?
Oh, man.
You want me to go ahead and jump to the incentives?
Yeah, let's do that because I don't want this to end yet.
Yeah, me either. I'm a little sad. Okay, so I'm only going to rattle off the ones that I think will hit or have potential, just so you guys know.
Okay.
All of these players that I'm about to name off are playing for 6-figure fucking bonuses.
And feel free, because I'm probably going to do the same when I rewatch this and edit it all for you guys. Feel free to pause it and listen. Take it into consideration when building your parlays.
I'll
Go
slow
ahead,
my
brother.
talking down on this.
No, you can go ahead because they'll pause it. Go ahead.
So the first one, which I don't think is going to happen, the Odell has 3 different incentives. The best one that he can get is 5 catches, which is not going to happen
In one game?
In one game, that's what he needs in this game to win $250,000. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen.
But again, with everything he's saying, just feel free to notch it down a couple because you can build a parlay out of it. Go
I
ahead.
would be shocked if Odell played past the first quarter.
Okay.
Because there's literally
Baltimore,
no reason for them at all to play one single fucking starter in this game. Which leads me to Steelers money line. Because they play the Steelers this week. Why not? Steelers go out there, they're playing a backup team. I don't care how bad they are. They can beat a backup, a secondary team. So Odell, 5 catches. He needs 185 yards for $750,000. He needs 5 catches for $250,000 and 2 touchdowns for $500,000. I don't think any of those hit. You want one that will hit? Chris Jones, 1 fucking sack. That man needs 1 sack to make $1 million.
Damn.
1.25 to be exact. Expect Chris Jones to go out there and get 1 sack and leave the game.
Damn.
I think that happens. The next one, I don't know if this is scrimmage yards or rushing yards. Austin Eckler, 110 yards for $100,000. Again, no reason.
How many yards?
110. I don't know if that's total or if that's rushing. Now, if
that's fair.
If that's scrimmage yards,
that's fair.
I would take that. I would take that.
That's fair. I didn't think of that.
The next one is going to be Hopkins. He needs 49 receiving yards. Okay, over.
That's the easiest one.
He will make it a point because their season's over. So
Exactly.
right now they're just going to be aiming to get their players incentive.
Yes, sir.
He needs 49 yards to make $1 million fucking dollars.
And I know you guys are probably going to want to hit that 50. So if you do, play with caution because you're going to be so shitty if he lands on 49. Go ahead.
Most definitely.
Go ahead.
Hopkins, 7 catches. He gets another $250,000. He's not getting 7 catches. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think he gets 50 yards, but I don't know about 7 catches.
The 2 locks for me right now are going to be Chris Jones, 1 sack, DeAndre Hopkins, 49 yards.
Yes, sir.
Those are my 2 locks right there.
Absolutely.
What I think was bullshit is Tyreek Hill still needs 248 yards. He needs to break the all-time receiving record for him to hit an incentive.
What's the incentive?
I'm not sure. But, yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's so ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to fade that one. Seahawks, they are in the hunt. Am I right?
They're in the bubble.
In the bubble, correct. Geno Smith, if he makes the playoffs,
I'll correct myself. Go ahead.
$2 fucking million. That man has something to fight for.
For what does he have to do?
Make the playoffs. That's it for $2 million.
Okay, if that's the case, then if you say that, I feel like he might not be in the bubble, but I will confirm in a couple of seconds.
You go ahead and check that. Then I'll rattle off the next one, which I'm telling you, I'm adding this to the Chris Jones and DeAndre Hopkins lock. It's going to be Dalton Schultz, 4 catches for $250,000 against the Colts, who they don't struggle against tight ends. But you're telling me right now that they're not just trying and dump it to him real quick, let him get his yards in, let him get his catches in. They are in the bubble. Correct?
They are in the bubble. So right now it sits at if they lose, they're at 1%. If they're currently sitting at 25%, but if they win, they're at 44%. So the odds are literally on the hands of the people who are in the hunt.
So there you go with that. Now, if you're feeling ballsy, this is not a lock for me. Dalton Schultz needs 6 catches to make $500,000.
What team is he on?
Texans.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is a big game for them. Big game. So, if he makes
3
6
receptions.
Catches, no. 4 catches for Dalton Schultz, he makes $250,000. For 6 catches, he makes $500,000. So, he can make $750,000 if he makes 6 catches. I like him at the 4.
I like him at the 4.
I like him at the 4 as well. Another reason I back the Packers, Jordan Love, $500,000 if he makes the playoffs. You like it?
I said it earlier, guys. I said it earlier.
I agree.
We both did. We both did.
And then the only other one that I could see maybe happening, and this is a stretch, we're going to go Bud Dupree. I would not count this as a lock. He needs 2 sacks, and that makes him $1 million. On the
what
Falcons.
team is he on? Oh,
Falcons.
They play who?
Don't count that as a lock, but the 3 locks I see: Dalton Schultz, 4 catches; DeAndre Hopkins, over 49 yards; and Chris Jones for 1 sack. That seems crazy for those to not hit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that the coaches are advocates about that. You know, go out there and make your fucking money. You know, they're making so much goddamn money as an owner. That's $1 million is nothing to them. You know, I mean, going back to Tepper, you know, worth $20 billion fucking dollars. It's nothing for the owners to pay out. And that's all I have on the incentives. Those are my 3 locks.
Yeah.
We can't give you a 3-teamer steamer simply because there's no Thursday night football this week.
That's true.
Sucks.
But
we got Saturday afternoon football, which is going to be a garbage fucking game. But if you want to go in there and try and make some money off the Steelers, you definitely can. You definitely can.
All right. Well, I think I really liked, and I'm sure you guys probably did like how we ran through a very rapid pick of money lines. So if you don't have your FanDuel pull up, I got mine. So let's just do it really quickly. We're going to start from week 18 from the beginning to the end. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore Ravens.
Steelers.
The Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts. Falcons versus the Saints.
Saints.
Browns versus the Bengals.
Browns.
Bengals. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Titans.
Jacksonville.
Buccaneers versus the Panthers.
Bucks.
Jets versus the Pats.
Who?
Jets versus the Patriots.
Nobody has a fight in that game. Give me the Jets.
Give me the Patriots. Give me the Vikings versus the Lions.
I think the Lions can still fight for a higher spot in the NFC, so give me the Lions.
I think the Vikings,
and that's a good divisional game too.
It is exactly why I say that. I think it's going to come down really close, and I really think the Vikings need to push back. Give me the Vikings. Bears versus the Packers.
Packers.
Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders.
If the Cowboys run backups, which I don't think they will. If the Cowboys run backups, Commanders. If the Cowboys start with their starting lineup, go ahead and give me the Cowboys.
Seahawks, and the Cardinals.
Seahawks.
Rams, and the 49ers.
Rams.
Eagles, and the Giants.
Eagles.
Broncos, and the Raiders.
Raiders.
Broncos. Chiefs, and the Chargers.
Chiefs.
And the last one is Bills and the Dolphins.
Bills. Mafia.
All right, you guys, heard it all. We are here on our last leg. My name is Johnny G, and you got my favorite freaking co-host.
Oh, Nikki G. Hey, you guys have a good rest of your night.
That wraps up week 18, and we are ready for the fucking playoffs.
See you in the playoffs, y'all. Cheers, Bubba.
Cheers.
Let's do it, baby.
Peace.
Woo!